Hello, it's James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks and tutorials, and of course we like to do this in complete survival. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a super simple, super cheap iron farm. That is correct. This iron farm is so very cheap, you need next to no resources to build it. And yes, it is super simple to build as well. But before we get onto the tutorial, of course, we are in Simply Survival, which means only one thing. We've got to add 2 more suggestions to the pot house. Now, for anyone who doesn't know how the pot house works, this is a complete community build. Everything that you see right here has been suggested in the comments via the community. See, every episode of Simply Survival, I will pick the top comment, the most liked comment, and my favorite comment, and I would add both of those suggestions to the next episode of Simply Survival. And this thing is truly getting bigger every single day. And of course, we do have 2 more suggestions to add to the pot house, or rather I need to show you the suggestions that I've added. So the most liked comment was to build a pot castle, so I thought, you know what, I will build a pot castle. However, I'm not going to build a huge one. You can see I've built kind of like a miniature pot castle, although this is most definitely a castle. You can see we have a moat around the outside of the castle. We have a little drawbridge made out of my favorite kind of design, which is the pots and the carpet on top. I kind of like this one quite a lot, and it reminds me of a little drawbridge. As we go inside, it is very small, as I said. However, we can go up here and take a little look. Oh, damn. I missed something there. I think we need another pot. One sec. Let's add that right now, just while I notice, and we'll grab that. And let's finish this castle off once and for all. But as I was saying, yeah, we can go inside. We can go all the way up here and do a little bit of chillaxing. If we had a bow with some arrows, we could, you know, take a look around the kingdom. I suppose this pot area is a pot kingdom now, as it is getting so much bigger every day. I also decided to build this next to Pot Scalabot, which is also in like the castle era, if you get me. So yeah, there's my little castle, and thank you for the comment. My favorite comment was this one. I've seen this for a number of days now. I think it's 7 in total that I've seen this, and it was simply to add a brown panda in a bamboo kind of pen like this. So that's exactly what I've done. Now, I thought this was going to be a little bit easier than it first was. I forgot I had to move the panda, and you can't literally get a skipping rope on a panda. I mean, how annoying is that? So I had to use a boat to get him all the way here. Although, I think this is the perfect addition to the pot house. So, there we have it. We now have a mini castle, or a pot castle if you like, and also we have a brown panda in a bamboo pen. And the last thing we need to do in today's pot house segment is add the winning users to the wall of names. So, the most liked comment user was actually this user, so big GG for that comment. And my favorite comment was this one, so a massive thank you to this user as well. Both your names are now on the wall of names. Remember, if you want your suggestion added to the pot house next episode of Simply Survival, simply leave a comment in the comment section of this episode of Simply Survival, and you never know, your suggestion might get added next episode. But with the pot house out of the way, let's get on to the super simple, super cheap iron farm. And once again, I'm going to be building this in the Jamalot area, kind of near the villager breeder that I built in last episode of Simply Survival. First of all, to build this iron farm, you're going to want a little bit of a flat area like this. You're going to want a 28 by 27 flat area, and that should do you really well. Also, the items that you are going to need to build this farm are as follows. You're going to need 10 job blocks. This can be a flexing table or something else. It's entirely up to you. You're also going to need 10 villagers and 20 beds. That is going to be the minimum to build any iron farm anyway. You're going to want some dirt. I mean, you're going to be able to get some dirt from the process of building this anyway, so you might not even need this straight away. Although, I would bring like a stack and a half of dirt, because it will make it a little bit faster and a little bit simpler as well. You're going to want a source block of water, so 2 buckets of water. You're going to want 4 bits of lava. I bought 5 just in case we have any mishaps or any problems. That way we have got a little bit extra. We're also going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 stacks of signs. It doesn't matter what signs, as long as you bring 5 stacks. I've also bought 1 extra just in case. I actually think there's a few extra rather than 5 stacks. Yeah, you actually have to have a little bit less, but I've just bought a few extra just in case. And that is everything you are going to need. That is as simple as it gets. Oh wait, no, we're going to need the chest and a hopper. That is it. A chest and a hopper. But in fact, you wouldn't even need that. You can literally stand AFK in at this farm and just let it go into your inventory if you really wanted to. I should also mention, before I start building this farm, this is 100% inspired by Old Guy's Simple Farm. Now, I have improved it to basically get it to work with the new mechanics. It basically just a bigger spawning area, and we've also got stacked beds in this one. However, yeah, a massive shout out to Old Guy. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, I'm going to put that in the description below. He literally is the master of all iron farms, raid farms, anything to do with villagers. Yeah, he's the guy to go to. So literally, give him a subscribe. He is in the description below. First of all, I'm going to grab my dirt. As I said, you are also going to need a flat area, so you're probably going to have to like knock out some area. So you get some dirt or sand or whatever block you're knocking out. It doesn't really matter if it's sand or dirt. And basically, once you have your sand or dirt or whatever block you're using, I mean, dirt's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper, I think. And basically, we're going to want to make a 27 by 28 box. So first of all, we're going to do the 28 long one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to want to go 27 blocks across. So that's 1, that's 2, including that one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then, of course, you simply want to link that together so you've got a square. One thing I've noticed is I'm around about 7 blocks short, probably even less than that, to completing it. So initially, yeah, you're going to need 7 extra to what I said, or maybe even 8. But I can just get that one from here. It doesn't really matter. There we go. Next job, let's put our water down. I'm just going to knock out 3 blocks here. Again, you could actually use the dirt if you really wanted to once you picked it up. And now we've got a source block of water. I'm going to pick one up and I'm going to go to one of the shorter sides. I'm going to go this side. And I'm simply going to place a marker bucket here. The reason I'm placing a marker bucket is so I can remove this block. And then I'm going to remove this and go and do the exact same to the other side. Place a marker bucket. Wait till it stops flowing and remove this block. And then basically we are going to want to remove all of this dirt from here to here, all the way down there. So I'm just going to grab my spade. It's better if you have an enchanted shovel. I'm simply going to go all the way down like this to this side, and then I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to go back in the hole and then go all the way back down to this side, so I've got it all marked out. I'm going to fill that gap in that I accidentally removed. And now I'm just going to remove all of this dirt in the center right here. And once you've done that, it should look a little bit like this. Of course, you can grab the dirt and you could even do this step first, so you could get the dirt to build around the outside. It's entirely up to you. So, temporarily, I've put 5 blocks each side just so I can find the perfect center. I'm just going to remove these 2 blocks and then remove these blocks again, like this. And then I'm going to bring this center all the way down to the other side. Just like that. So now what I like to do is simply place a bucket of water here, wait for it to stop flowing, and basically this will help you find where you need to like remove the block. So you can see here, we're going to remove it again and it will stop flowing there. So first of all, before I just remove any more pieces, I'm going to remove this dirt going all the way down to the end of the farm like this. And then I'm going to go back, I'm going to find where the water stops, and then once again start removing like this. So, once again, the water has stopped flowing, so we're going to remove this all the way down to the edge of the farm. I've gone 2 past the edge of the farm, so there's the wall. You can see I've gone 2 past, and what I've gone 2 past for is because I'm going to remove this block, and then we're going to have a chest just there, and a hopper going into it, and then we're going to grab a sign to stop the water from flowing over the hopper, like that. And now everything we flow into that water, or throw into that water, should I say, will end up in our hopper, and then, of course, in our chest. So for now, I'm just going to put that copper in there so I don't have to hold it. But yeah, there we go. That is the collection system complete. So next, what we are going to want to do is prevent any water from flowing into our collection system. And to do that, this is where the signs come in handy. So we're going to crouch and then basically put a row of signs all the way down here. Now, I can do this so fast because I'm using a controller. For whatever reason, it is so much easier with a controller. I've literally plugged one into my PC, so I can do this a little bit faster than normally would. If you're on a PC, for some reason, it's just really slow doing it. So, yeah, a controller will make it a lot faster. And as I said, you're going to want to bring that all the way down. Now, you're going to want to bring another bunch of signs all the way down here. So, whilst we're doing the signs, we may as well continue to bring them all the way down. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then once you've added 2 rows of signs, it should look a little bit like this. What I like to do to keep it matching is come this side again. I'm going to crouch, and then I'm going to bring another row of signs, the final row of signs, all the way down here. What these are going to do is basically hold our lava, and lava is going to be the way that we are going to kill these golems. So we're just going to bring this all the way down like so. And once you get to the end, it should be all good. And there we go. We've actually got 1 sign left over, or 2 signs left over. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, once you've done that, you should have 3 rows of signs that look like this. We've got 1 in the center, which is going to prevent this water. And this water, it's also going to hold the lava from going beneath. And then we've got 1 row of signs this side and 1 row of signs this side. And as I said, that's going to hold the lava in position. Sweet. Now we're going to focus on putting in the beds. Now, to do that, what you're going to want to do is come to this end where it starts flowing down. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place a block here, and this is where we're going to start digging out the area for our bed. So let's go ahead and dig a 2 by 2 area just there like that, and then let's do another 2 by 2 next to it like this, and then at the back of that we're also going to go 2 here like that. And that should be good to go. And as you can see, that hole will be right in the center, although we still have to do a little bit of digging on this hole. See, we want to stack the beds. So to do that, what we're going to want to do first of all is place our beds here. So it doesn't matter what color bed you've got. I've got a mix of green, black, and white. So first of all, let's just use all the white ones like this. And yeah, we're going to get 5 beds and simply place them down in these positions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to want to go down a little bit. So remember, if you remove any blocks from here, make sure you replace them so the water flows nicely. And then simply, well, maybe go again and simply remove all the blocks from underneath the beds like this. All right. And then also those 2. And then you might want to go in and then you want to place another 5 beds. So that's 1, if we can get that one in there. And yeah, I need to get 2 in there, so I'm going to have to remove a couple more blocks here, but I've got to remember to replace them. So that's 2, 3, and I'm going to replace these 4 and 5. So that's 10 beds this side, and then of course we can do the exact same thing on the other side, but now it's going to be a little bit easier. I think that was 3 blocks that I removed. You can just double test that by removing that. And yeah, it should flow down nicely. Once you've tested it, you can place a block there just to stop the water again. And as I said, this side is actually a little bit easier because we can just copy it from this side. So we're going to remove 2 here like this and go like that. And then the back 2 as well. However, remember, you do need to be able to place your beds on the floor, so I'm going to have to replace all of these blocks once again, which is kind of long, but it doesn't matter. And, of course, I'm going to have to get into that back bit so I can place a bed. Right now, I'm going to grab all of my beds, place one of them, so that's 1. And then I'm going to fill this in. 2, 3, 4, and, of course, 5. I'm going to remove these 3 blocks again, and then simply place the other 5 underneath. Now, I might need to go under a little bit more, like I show you. So, like that, and then go under, place that bed, replace the blocks, and then add the remaining 4 beds, which are kind of mix-match, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what color they are at all. And there we go. That's all 10 beds added. I'm just going to add the 3 blocks like so, and then remove the water and make sure the water is nicely flowing down to our hopper again. Yep, that is perfect. And there we go. There are all of the beds added. So to finalize this, all you've simply got to do is cover this side of the beds because we wouldn't have done that yet. And yeah, there's all of the beds added. We are simply onto the next step. The next step, what I will do is add the lava. It is sunset, but it doesn't really matter. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to want to add that on the 4th one, like so. And that should leave a gap. 1 gap just here. So you can see it flow out, and it will leave a 1 gap. We're then going to want to go next to it and go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then instead of doing it on the 4th this time, let's do it on the 5th. And that should actually leave a 1 gap, I think. So let's just count that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, in fact, do it on the 4th one. Exactly from the other piece of lava. And that should leave a 1 gap, as you can see. Like that. So let's count 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we can crouch and place that there like so. And that should also leave a 1 gap. If it doesn't, it's not to worry too much. Because right now, we've got the final bit of lava. So that's 3 bits of lava. And the 4th one, we can just add there like so. The reason we have the 1 gaps is so we don't need that much lava. But for what it's worth, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter. You can see here, it does connect. But as I said, it doesn't really matter. We only need 4 lava buckets in total on this farm. Next up, we are going to want to start adding the villagers. So to do that, we simply want to come on this top platform here. We're going to want to go in the center of the farm and simply go 3 blocks down like this. And then 3 blocks here like this. 3 blocks here like this. 3 blocks here like this. And 3 blocks here like this. Now, once you've done that, you can add your job blocks like this. And because my villages are so close, we might even start to get some iron golem spawning. I'm not really sure. We may do, though. And then we're going to add the 2 other job blocks in that corner like so. And then, of course, we're going to want to remove the center blocks so they can stand in this position. So I'm going to want to move my villagers from here. You might want to use a track or some other means. It's entirely up to you. So for me, what I think the best way is going to be is simply to push them in via some water. So I'm also going to use a trapdoor as well, so they kind of fall down there. I might not even need a trapdoor, so I'm just going to cover these up like that. And cover that one up. And I'm going to make myself kind of like a tunnel where I can use a bucket of water to siphon all of my villagers in, because they are reasonably close. So let's go ahead and link this up like so. Of course, I'm going to want to make this so they literally cannot escape once I release them. Else, yeah, we're going to have some trouble. Right, so I'm going to grab some water. And, yeah, let's try and get these villagers in position without any trouble. So I'm going to remove this. And this should open up their little booth. So as soon as I remove this block, they should kind of like start running up. And as soon as they do start running up, I'm going to want to kind of keep going. And then piece of water to push them in the hole. And he should fall down. Perfect. And I'm just going to do that 10 times so all 10 villagers go in the hole. So that's villager number 2. And of course, you want to remember, the longer you have a bit of water down here, yeah, the more potential they have to drown. So, oh, there's loads of villagers here right now. So let's get them all in position. And hopefully they all fall in. Come on. So you might even be able to push them in like this. That's pretty simple. Quick. Push those in. Perfect. That's another one in. How many more we got? Alright, I think that's all of the villagers. That was actually really, really quick. And as soon as all of your villagers are in there, you can cover that up. And, of course, remove any little barriers that you've had to put up. Like this. To make everything super flat again. And at this point, you should actually, sooner or later, start seeing some iron golems start to spawn. So maybe in a few minutes' time, we'll see a iron golem spawn. I'm just going to replace this dirt that I've removed by mistake. Just here. Perfect. I'm also just going to remove this bit on the outside. And, oh, there we go. There is our first iron golem. So what I'm going to do is kind of like push him into the lava. In fact, no, I'm going to put a bit of water here so it falls down. And that actually is going to be our next step. What we're going to want to do is fill each one of these sides with water. So the fastest way to actually do that is to grab a few buckets of water. Maybe even the ones that you used for your lava. Like this. And then we're going to go one here. And then if we go like this, we should be able to like keep grabbing it from the center and going all the way across like this. And this will be the fastest and simplest way to fill this line full of water. So I'm going to do this side. And then, of course, I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. So, as you can see, that is one side complete, and this guy is going to be pushed into the lava. And as I said, I'm going to do the exact same this side. So, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to grab the middle one and simply go all the way across. And as soon as we've done this, that will be farm complete. And there we go. That is farm complete. We have yet another iron golem spawning. This thing is pretty good rates for saying how simple it is. I should also mention you could add another 10 villagers and 10 job blocks on the other side. This side, the opposite side to where we had our other villagers. But yeah, as I said, this farm is literally farm complete right now. The only thing I would suggest you do is maybe collect this water again. Well, I'm going to have to do this because of where I put it. And right in the center, we just want a little bit of access to where our chest will be. So let's make a little bit of an access point so we can get down to our chest. I'll also make it so all the smaller animals can get out, as you can see. So if cats spawn, I'm pretty sure it's all good. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, but they will not die because of how high they are. They just go underneath, which is kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter. You can see that we get the main stuff, which is the iron from the iron golems. So let's see how much iron we've got already from this little farm. And we got 8 pieces and 3 poppies, which is super, super awesome. Now these guys, I'm not sure why they're not escaping. Quick, escape while you still can. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is farm complete. How to build a very, very cheap and very simple iron golem farm. Remember, go subscribe to our old guy as well, because this farm is based off his farm. But that's all I've got time for. I will catch you on the next one.